Hey everybody, it is Kit here and welcome back to another Dragon in the Kitchen episode. We start off with one of the more satisfying things in my house, which is watching the Bosch bread maker do its thing. So this is part 2 of the sourdough adventure. I see I put a transition in the wrong spot. I'll fix that later. Or maybe I won't, and y'all saw that transition anyways. So I am still reconstituting my sourdough from the fridge. There you can see we're having issues with that freaking scale. Might be because I got a bunch of water on it in Tennessee. Maybe. Might just be me, but just banging on things fixes it sometimes. But yeah, so you could kind of see the cloudiness and the ickiness on the top of it. So we just mix all that hooch up. It's perfectly fine, and you just keep doing your thing. Did I really put another transition? I did, dang. Anyways, so we're basically going to keep doing exactly what we did last time, but this is the last part of reconstituting it, bringing her back to life because we got it knocked out today. There you can see I was trying to be a little silly with my mom. We were fully, not quite into the throes of, that is 97, by the way, so we have 97 grams of starter. We weren't 100% into the massive baking spree. That'll be in the coming weeks. Side note, all of my clips got, for some reason, way out of order. I don't know how. I don't know why. I have no idea what's going on, and I get to go through every single one of them to try and sort out for these videos. So that's going to be great. But anyways, so same deal. We're taking the 97 grams, we're dividing that in half, and that is the amount of flour we are adding back in to that half, and we're chucking out the half of the 97. I thought I took notes, but see, it's been quite a while since then. And spoiler alert, I have to, I'm actually in the middle of doing a video for you guys of me starting all the way over on our sourdough because our water situation. I'm sad. There's a bird outside. What? Is there a bird? Guys, I think there's a bird right outside my window. That's crazy. Anyway, so that basically came out to 49 grams of starter that I chucked out. I am doing a lot of starter because we actually did end up getting to do a lot of baking and whatnot, and I do have clips of that, so that will be in the coming weeks. So this one, I think I used our regular flour. I was basically alternating between Mom's the sourdough starter flour and then our freshly milled. Just experimenting, seeing if it worked, and it really did, as y'all will see at the end of this video. But that is it for today. Honestly, sourdough is so funny because everybody's like, it's so hard. Honestly, it's not keeping the starter okay. It's not difficult. It's not getting it started. See, that's a nice, good color in comparison to the hooch from before. And then here you can see Mom's making some delicious, I think she made bread with that one. Bulk fermentation right there. And I think we did put that in the fridge. And now it is the next day, and we're going to do the same thing. But you can see that we got some bubbles. That's a good sign. But anyways, yeah, see, I'm so happy. I'm like, the bubbles, yes, it's coming back. Look at that. She's alive. She's beautiful, and I'm about to cry because I had to throw her out a few days ago. I was an idiot, y'all. I should have put them in the fridge, and I didn't. I thought we'd be able to take care of them, and I was able to take care of them one day out of like the 10, and bad bacteria got in there. Yep. I was upset. I'm still upset. Anyways, that video will come up later. Maybe next week or week after or something like that. I'm going to try to post it a little bit more often. What was that, 117 or something like that? So it is growing. That is good. Yeah, right there I'm taking my notes, and I think I'm also doing the math because I ain't dividing this stuff. I literally do it on a calculator. It ain't happening. But yeah, so sourdough itself is not hard. It's literally the same motions. What makes it difficult is having to maintain it every day, having to do something with it every day. Or you put it in the fridge and then you just bring it out whenever you want. But it's the maintenance of it. It's not so much the making the sourdough starter, right? At least in my experience. And then figuring out the bread. Now that, I'm still trying to figure that out. How to make a bigger loaf, how to do the fermentation properly, why my loaves usually come out flat, but they're still good, but they're flat, you know? And of course, I won't be able to experiment anymore for a little while. Now, my mom and I, we do have a dehydrated starter that we purchased from somewhere, and we haven't rehydrated it yet. She wants to do it together, so I don't know if I'm going to get a video of that or not. But regardless, I have started another starter because I want the experience and I want to basically just make our own and see how that is in comparison with the dehydrated one that we have, that we purchased from somewhere else. I want to know, because probably that one didn't have fresh milled flour, you know what I mean? Whereas mine will. But yeah, so once again, I feel like I should reiterate. All a sourdough starter is water and flour. And it's just fermented over a long period of time. And you are constantly messing with it. Like, you're basically messing with it every 1 to 2 days, usually 1 day, but I have stretched it to 2. I'm sure that did not help. We have 460 grams. It's looking really good. I'm also again, a lot of starter because I don't think it was 460. I think that was with the weight of the jar, but I don't remember where those numbers are. Anyways, as you can see, she is doing great because that is later in the same day. Oh my goodness. I was so happy. I love seeing that. But yeah, so that's all it is just flour and water, and you're fermenting it, and you're always taking half away, and then you're taking the amount that you took away, and you're putting that flour back in and adding a little bit more water, and you're just feeding it. You're feeding the monster. So it makes it easy, and as you can see, Mom's doing something yummy over there. And you can also see our Thanksgiving leftovers. That's hilarious. But yeah, so look at that. It's so satisfying to me. Now, the flavor and stuff, it does smell kind of sour and whatnot, because it's sourdough. Mine was starting to smell pretty good. For me, I love the smell of sourdough. I love the taste of sourdough. I am a sourdough girly. Hello, Whiskey. And so it was fine, but my dad does not care for sourdough, does not care for the smell of it or the taste of it. So I do know the discard is more sour, because when you're not feeding it, that's when it goes really sour. When you're feeding it, it's not as sour. So like when it's active, I think. I could be very wrong. Y'all are more than welcome to correct me in the comments. But yeah, so this is literally, this was 3 or 4 days of me just doing the motions, and you can't skip it, especially when you're trying to get your starter started again, like what I'm doing right now, trying to get it established. When you're trying to bring it back to life, you cannot skip this process, and it takes about 10 to 20 minutes every night. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're busy, when you don't want to do things, when you're out and about, oh, it's a pain in the butt. It is annoying. It is awful. Sorry, I have allergies up the wazoo this morning. But ultimately for me, it is worth it. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. And honestly, I just see it as like one step above what we normally do for bread, because that's also a lot of work. It's a lot of cleanup. It is a lot of hassle, but anything worth doing, in my opinion, is a lot of hassle. And you just kind of figure out what you yourself are willing to deal with. And for me, I'm willing to deal with this. Some other people may not be. But don't get it twisted. The difficult part is the maintenance, not the actual making of it. Of strictly the starter. The bread is a whole other process. And then you have like some recipes that are like, oh, we have the same day. And then some of them use yeast to boost it. Other ones don't. Because the starter itself is creating the yeast, right? So you don't need more yeast. But if you're doing like a discard, same day discard, you do need the yeast because that discard has not been fed. So they're not as active, if they're active at all, meaning the bacteria, meaning the yeast. And then you've got like the cold fermentation, and you have the bulk fermentation. Some recipes have both, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I have not come across a recipe yet that I like. I think we've tried 3, or I think I've tried about 5 now. And I'm like, okay, am I doing something wrong? Or what is this? And the other thing is, my starter could have just been not as strong. You know what I mean? Or maybe the temperature isn't right in my house. I kind of equate bread making to like magic a little bit. There's so many different things going on, like the humidity in the air, the weather, the temperature of the water, which you can control, but it's really hard to control the humidity, the temperature, the weather patterns, and then altitude also will do it. You can see the bubbles. I love the bubbles. But, you know, you just, it's so much, there's so much going on. And then, again, sourdough takes another, it takes it up to another level. It's insane. So, I see all the bakers and stuff, and you're like, wow, $10 for sourdough? Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's still a little bit overpriced, but with the amount of work, not really, you know? I think for me, I think it's overpriced because I can make it myself, and of course that's a different mentality. $330. So as you can see, we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which is great. I was trying to do the math in my head, and I was like, I'm dumb. I am, by the way. I'm very dumb. Although I did play a trivia game kind of recently, and I hate trivia. I cannot. Oh, I hate trivia. But it was like this fast round of math questions between me and another person, and whoever wins gets to like win the game, or like it was like you answer the questions correctly or you die sort of a game on Jackbox. And I got 13 of the math questions correct. 13. They got 4. I was stunned. But I mean, it was simple addition and subtraction, like no numbers over 20, I think. And, but still, I was like, well, okay, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought. But yeah, so you can see here I'm now, I think this was the point where I started mixing the 2 flours. We're actually out of that jar now, which is not good. It is pretty good. Does anybody else ever, like, walk around the kitchen and be a little confused? That would be me. Anyway, yeah, we were talking about sugar cookies, and spoiler alert, that will be those videos will be coming up very soon, because we made a lot of sugar cookies, and I did record, but my footage got all sorts of messed up. I was going to do a sugar cookie video for today, but then I found these clips in the middle of all the other clips. I'm looking at a solid like 60 clips on my computer right now. Anyway, so my mom got that a while ago so that my grandmother could decorate the cookies, and I was like, look, I want to make some cookies for the food pantry that we help out with. And I was like, look, and then she can decorate one or two. I was trying to get her more into the Christmas spirit, and that didn't work. I can tell you that. It did not work. She did not want to decorate. She did not want to do anything, which is unfortunate, because Mom bought that because I tried to encourage Mom to get Gran to do a few of the things, right? Like, she would talk about it, like, reminisce, and I'm like, why don't we just get, like, the little sugar cookie log or something and let her decorate, you know what I mean? The only thing she did was a gingerbread house, and I had to help with it. So, yeah, I won't be doing that again. As you can see, I have made an absolute mess. I was also regretting my choices, because you have to get all of the little bits of dry flour all in the jar, and I was like, I should have used the bigger spatula. I have a talent for grabbing the wrong spatula for the wrong sized stuff. Oh, crap. I had to sneeze. Whew. Anyway. Yeah, so I actually am back on the smaller jars to restart this starter, and I'm using the big spatulas. And I was just thinking to myself last night, what a moron. Now, don't forget to clean your jar. That probably also contributed to the bad bacteria that got in, which is, I'm still upset. I won't get over that for a little while. But yep, so we're doing pretty good on the sourdough at this point. I would say she is back to being very healthy. And honestly, I think it took about a week, maybe 4 or 5 days. And as you can see, I have upgraded her to a bigger jar because I realized this is not going to work. And that's where she stayed nice and happy for the majority of the Christmas season, in the bigger jars, but we did it. So anyways, that is actually the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank y'all so very much for watching. Have a great week. Bye, y'all.